Need
Help
to
her out.
drop the gavel.
Thanks, Barb.
Just wing it, you'll be fine.
I'm like in a hole here.
Nobody. You've been doing great so far, Jen. Ryan, you've got this. Jen's been doing great too.
Thank you. We're doing okay without you, Barb. We're trying our best.
You are doing perfect. I think I can do this all winter. Just be on Zoom and let you be in charge.
She's going to abandon us if we're not careful.
No, thank you, Ryan, for stepping up. I really appreciate it. So I can be with my husband on his birthday down here. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Please rise for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I think I just violated it. I didn't stand.
Okay, welcome. Before we kick off, we started at 3 p.m. with a budget work session. 4:30, we had interviews for a commission. We'll do that for a board, we'll do that under our supervisors' comments, and met for executive session for a personnel issue. We're going to start today with a Bucks County commendation to our very own Chief Logan. I'm going to turn it over to Jen to do that.
So the Bucks County Board of Commissioners would like to present this commendation to Chief Logan. It states, "Dear Chief Logan, on August 4th, 2020, the Delaware Valley region, as well as some national network news audiences, sat transfixed by frightening images from Doylestown, Pennsylvania, a children's early learning center and an adjacent hospital hammered by the winds of a tornado spawned by Tropical Storm Isaias. Much of the roof of the children's village was gone. Shards of broken window glass littered lobbies and floors within Doylestown Health and its Cancer Institute. Vehicles weighing nearly 2 tons lay overturned in the parking lot, tossed by 15 seconds of 115-mile-per-hour winds. Yet, somehow, from these horrific scenes of destruction emerged a story of hope that served to unify our community, however briefly, in these contentious times. It was a story of courage, caring, and competence that came together at a moment when Bucks County sorely needed it, a story written in large part by you and those whom you represent here today. We are proud to recognize all of them in presenting these letters of commendation. The story of August 4th tornado is one of quiet and collective heroism, of brave teachers and aides who calmed small children and guided them to safety, first into classrooms, then to a nearby lead-lined Penn Radiation Oncology vault, and finally onto school buses for joyful reunions with family at Lenape Middle School. Of steadfast hospital workers who moved and in some cases carried vulnerable patients to safer rooms and hallways, including cancer patients receiving life-extending infusion treatments. It is a story of able staff, administrators to maintenance workers who kept the vital mission of healthcare running orderly in the midst of nature's chaos, and of well-trained first responders, including fire companies, EMS workers, police officers, and our own sheriff's deputies, acting quickly at the direction of Bucks County's emergency services team to secure the scene, account for more than 100 small children and staff, and tend to the miraculously few minor injuries incurred. News reporters flocked to the scene and shed light on the uplifting vignettes. A grateful public responded with offers of help coming from churches, community groups, and hospitals, among others. It was, in the subsequent words of Doylestown Health CEO, quote, "a national model for emergency response," on wide display and a demonstration of excellence under pressure. We present these commendation letters to recognize a great many, if not all, of those who have done our community proud by serving their neighbors in a time of great stress and need. Together, they have demonstrated a level of skill and humanity that all of us would do well to emulate. We join all Bucks County residents in offering our gratitude. Sincerely, Diane Marseglia, Robert Harvey, and Jean DiGirolamo, County Commissioners.
guess I'd like to thank the Board of Commissioners from Bucks County. I'm not one for a lot of fanfare, and I will accept this commendation on behalf of the police department. I played a very small part. The police department itself, all the members that were out there before, I recognized them a month or so ago. This is truly a testament of them and where I've come from and where this police department is. It truly was a once-in-a-lifetime experience that hopefully we won't experience again in the rest of my tenure. But I will accept it on behalf of the Doylestown Township Police Department and all the officers and men and women that work here. Thank you.
Thanks, Chief, and I think, I know you do not like the fanfare and you get uncomfortable, but obviously incredible job by the police department, and I think, as much as you don't like to hear it, it plays into a huge part of your leadership, and that's why they performed the way they did. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
Any visitor or public comment? Seeing none, we'll go into the announcements. The next meeting of the Doylestown Township Board of Supervisors will be held on Tuesday, November 17th at 7 p.m. The Doylestown Township Administrative Offices will be closed on Tuesday, November 3rd, 2020 due to General Election Day. Please visit our website at doylestownpa.org for voting information. Daylight savings time ends on Sunday, November 1st. Remember to turn your clocks back 1 hour, and this is also a very good time to replace batteries on all of your smoke and CO2 detectors. Leaf and yard waste recycling the third Saturday of each month from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. The drop-off site is located at the New Britain Road entrance of Central Park. Please visit our website for more information. The Gift of Life American Red Cross blood drives at the Activity Center trailer is taking place on Friday, November 6th from 2 to 7 and Friday, December 11th from 2 to 7. Donors can register at redcrossblood.org and use sponsor code Doylestown Township. We'll go into the minutes of approval, do them separately first for the regular meeting from October 6th, 2020. Does anybody have any updates on that?
Yeah, I have one. On page 2, under minutes approval, I'm labeled as Miss Wood instead of Mr. Wood. Just a, minor detail.
Okay, sorry about that.
That's all right.
Update that. Anybody else?
I have one. It is on page 3. It's the 5th from the bottom paragraph. It says no right TUR. It's just missing an N for no right turn. Other than that, I think.
Got that, Stephanie?
So you want it spelled out, correct?
Right.
Got it.
Okay. Can we get a motion for that?
I'll make the motion to approve
So
the
moved.
minutes.
Second.
Barb, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. And for the budget work session, any updates, changes?
Yeah, I have another vanity one. It's on page, I didn't write down the budget. The page, I believe it's the first page. I mentioned Mr. Woods with an S on the end. Again, it's no S, just a minor correction.
Got it? Anyone else? Okay, can we get a motion?
I'll make the motion to approve the budget minutes.
So
And
moved.
I'll-
Barb with
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Next, correspondence. We have
Madam
a
Vice
fire.
Chairman.
Go ahead, Barb.
Madam Vice Chairman, may I make a recommendation that you announce the new budget meeting on October 27th at
I
3
was going to bring
p.m.?
that up, but you
Part
can't.
of your
hear you.
announcements.
Absolutely. I should say that we are going to be having another budget work session. I wasn't sure if I was supposed to announce that before it was advertised, but next Tuesday, October 27th at 3 p.m., and I'll repeat that in the announcements. So, correspondence, a firework request on 155 Shady Retreat Road. Jeff?
We have an ordinance, as long as you're satisfied that you're going to grant a permit. If the department's satisfied and the manager's satisfied, the board's concurrence, looks like he went through all the hoops to do that, and he has a real compelling reason why he wants to.
Pretty detailed, 50th birthday, and I mean, he's got a lot of protections, yeah.
I gotta say, it's killing me because my husband's 50th is coming up and I didn't think of it.
Yeah,
You can do it anyway, he'll never know where
Not
you're
too
at.
late.
yeah, and the fire marshal has talked to the property owner in great detail and will actually offer to come out and look at the setup.
Right.
So,
Okay.
I think it's,
Can we
I'd just like to
make-
thank
can
Mr. Carlin for taking the
can we
time to
just suggest-
actually do this instead of just firing off fireworks, because that's always an issue that we end up having.
Right.
I agree,
Happy early birthday.
yes. Can we get a motion?
Can,
Oh, Barb, go ahead.
can I say something first? Okay, can maybe that neighbor talk to his neighbors and let them know that he's having the fireworks so the police don't get called 17 times?
That's a great idea. I guess, Stephanie, if you could let him know just to alert his fireworks that he does have a permit, barring the motion to approve the permit, so, okay.
preliminary, yes.
Thank you.
All right. Is there a motion to approve?
I'll move to approve.
I'll
So
second.
moved.
All in
Second.
favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Off Barbara.
Thank you.
I feel so left out. I feel so left out.
All right, reports.
I have nothing until we get later in the agenda, Madam Chair.
Okay, Vice Chair.
Well, no, you're serving as chair.
Oh, okay, sorry. Police Chief.
Nothing to report.
Okay. Anything from you, John?
Nothing to report.
Okay. Dave is on.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
You can.
Okay.
Yes.
The first item I have is the Arley grant for the rectangular rapid flashing beacon installations, change order number 1. As you recall, you approved Armour & Sons for this installation on May 19th, 2020. We have a change order that was reviewed and approved by Pannoni Associates, our township traffic engineer, in the amount of $2,550. I'm asking for the board's approval of that change order.
So moved.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right,
My
Dave.
second item, if I may. The 2020 tree pruning and takedown, again, change order number 1. On July 21st, you approved the contract awarded to Joseph McIlvain Tree and Lawn Services for the contract for this year. We have a change order for some additional takedown of hazardous trees in the amount of $3,200. I am asking for the board's approval.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Aye.
And the Turk Road pedestrian trail bridge.
Yes. So on Monday, October 12th, 5 bids were received for the repairs to the pedestrian bridge that is located on Turk Road between Easton Road and Sowerman Road. This was reviewed, and the recommendation is from Pannoni, our traffic engineers, and their recommendation is to make the award to Minichi Incorporated in the amount of $34,000 in total, not $3,400 as indicated on the memo. So I just wanted to make that correction that it is for $34,000.
Yep, it
So
says
moved.
34,000.
Yep.
Barb, did you move that?
So moved. Yes, I did.
All right, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, and the 2020, 2021 snow removal equipment.
That's distressing.
Yes.
isn't it?
So we, again, okay, sorry about that. I'm trying to find my memo. We basically advertised for the snow removal equipment rental with operators, and that was received. Those bids were received and opened. We had 4 respondents, and they are B&E Carts Incorporated. I'm going to read the hourly rates for each. Basically, we award, to all the respondents, we award, if the board so moves, to have them as part of our snow plowing contract for 2020, 2021. So it is for B&E Carts LLC at the rate of $122.50 per hour. James and Family Enterprises LLC at the hourly rate of $125 an hour. Little Diggers Excavating and Hardscape at the rate of $120 an hour. and Spear Excavating LLC at a rate of $125 an hour. I'm asking for the board to accept all of their bids for those hourly rates for the 2020-2021 snow removal equipment rental with operator.
Do we have a motion?
I move that the 2020 rental of snow removal equipment be awarded to the B&E James and Family, Little Digger, and Spear Excavating as outlined in the memo.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And the road salt bids for 2020-2021.
Yes, and this is just the, I need the board's basically acknowledgement that we are going to participate in the purchase of sodium chloride road salt from the Pennsylvania CoStar's contract. We notified, as required, we notified the Pennsylvania Department of General Services back in March of our intent to purchase approximately 120 tons of road salt. By contract, we are required to purchase a minimum of 60%, which is 720 tons, and we can go up to a maximum of 140%, which is 1,680 tons at a rate. This year, the contract was for our area in Bucks County was awarded to Morton Salt by the Department of General Services at a rate of $52.78 per ton. And again, I'm just asking for the board's acknowledgement of our participation in this contract.
An acknowledgement or a
I
motion?
move that I move that the Board of Supervisors acknowledge and approve Doylestown Township's participation in the statewide CoStar's contract for the Morton Salt amount of $52.78. I know that's I'll just leave it there.
Do we have a second?
I'll second it. I do have a question though, Dave.
Thank you.
Looking at
Yeah.
the attachment that shows the different areas and the pricing, how do we do so well in our pricing?
That is the bid amounts. So again, that contract goes out statewide. And actually, this was a renewal, so it was advertised in 2019, 2020. The state renewed the contracts, and basically that was Morton Salt's bid amount for pricing. So yes, that was just we got lucky on that one actually, and the amount is down from last year. I think last year, don't quote me on this, but was around $54 up and change per ton.
Okay, looks good.
All right. So we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Stephanie.
I have nothing at this time.
All right. Supervisors, we'll start with Dan.
Those are my glasses. First thing I'll bring up for the Water and Sewer Board, we still have an opening on that board. So if you're interested in that, we would love to have you aboard. And just real quick, next in 2 weeks we have Election Day, and just to point out some things for folks, if you're interested in voting early, getting your mail-in ballots, you can do that either via mail or you can take it to the Bucks County Courthouse here in Doylestown Borough and drop it off at the ballot box. And you can also vote early in person. And if you're looking to vote on Election Day, we have that information available on the township website, and there's also lots of resources available online to help you find your polling place. That's all I have.
All right. Jen.
The only thing I have is in reading our recent Township Supervisors magazine from PSATs, our own EAC was showcased for being a leader in the region for our environmental causes, particularly the Ready for 100, and I would like to congratulate everybody in EAC for their participation and leadership in that.
Fantastic. Nancy?
Excellent. Yes, wanted to share, during the executive meeting, we had an opportunity to interview several candidates for the new opening in the Telecommunications Advisory Committee, and we have selected someone to join us. Her name is Yenya Shuportka. So thank you for everybody who came out. We appreciate it, and we look forward to you joining us in the committee.
Motion to appoint.
So I need to make a motion
We didn't actually
to
select
appoint
her. You need the motion.
Jenya. Wait a minute, put my glasses on. Shuportka? Kaka?
We have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Thank you.
Aye.
Okay. Barb, do you have anything?
Yeah, I just want to thank you, Ryan, for doing such a great job chairing the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm trying.
You're doing great.
Okay, no unfinished business tonight, but we do have some new business. Starting with a request to hook up to public sewers at 73 Shady Grove Circle. As you can see, their sand mound is showing signs of decline. I think, Stephanie, the recommendation?
The recommendation would be to allow this property to connect to the existing line that's out in front of their home. You may recall about a month or two ago, we had another request from the neighbor that was approved to also tie into that existing line that was installed several years ago.
Do we have a motion?
I will make the motion to allow them to hook up to the public sewer system.
Okay.
And also,
Second.
One point I want to bring up, and I'm supportive of them tying in, but just, we discussed this in the Water and Sewer Board recently, this specific section in the master plan, that this is not part of like the grand plan that Bucks County Water and Sewer has put out for us. This is essentially someone installed their own sewer line in this region at some point. So as long as the paperwork's in order saying they're at capacity, or they can take the extra capacity, it's fine. But just to be aware, if additional people start looking to tie into this, it is not built to manage that neighborhood as a whole. I just wanted to pass that information along.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, and
Good to know.
if I can add on to that, Dan, it's the discussion with Bucks County when they were here to talk about the 537. The committee suggested they go back and look at that area and make sure that there's some other known malfunctions that are occurring from other neighbors. And so the line that was installed by years ago on Sandy Ridge Road that many have been hooking up to along Pine Valley, and then a property owner brought this small line up. They realize now that they're probably going to have to also look to make sure that this is addressed in that 5-year, plan option as they start to put together that 537 update.
Okay, good to know. Okay, so we have a motion and a second. I'll call the motion to order. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Next, we have a Bucks County Water Sewer Authority payment application for the Pebble Ridge Woodridge Sewer Project. Stephanie, if you want to, is there anything you want to speak to around that?
Dan and I participated in the monthly call with the subcommittee for the Pebble Ridge Woodridge Sewer Project, and they recommended that this invoice be paid. So
Okay.
leave it at that for the board.
All right.
So moved.
Barbara,
So
did you-
moved.
Oh, so moved.
I'll second.
Okay.
I have a question on it. There's the summary of the contingency fund. It seems like it's being depleted. It's down to $132,000. How are we feeling about that? Do we have any insight on whether we will feel like there's more rock drilling or anything? Are we getting past that point yet? Do you know?
I think they're pretty much done with the drilling except what has to be done on Alms House Road.
I think Old New Road still has a fair amount.
Yeah, the section on Old New as well. And so this is what was picked up in the table for the Penvest loan, but we have our budget that we set as part of the package that was approved as part of the ordinance, and of course it's a cap cost. So Mr. Butler has said to the subcommittee a number of times he feels very comfortable with what Penvest has allocated plus what we have allocated overall in our project.
So we still have enough
Yeah.
contingency, we feel.
That's what he's,
Stephanie, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Mr. Butler mentioned that he does not expect to use up the entire contingency at this point.
Yes,
Things
he has-
can change, but.
yes,
yeah.
he has said that.
Thank you.
Okay, great. So we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, next for Tabor Farms, the easement and indemnification agreement.
If I may, I think I can handle that as best as anyone else, I guess.
Yep.
You'll recall the board approved the project for Westrom at Tabor, which is the adult housing project. This document has two components. The first is that there are certain stormwater facilities in the state right-of-way of 611, and the state requires the township to be the permittee, even though the developer is constructing the stormwater facilities. So the township doesn't have a choice, but the township doesn't want to bear the burden of the future maintenance of that particular facility. So this indemnifies the township by the association being responsible to make any improvements or upgrades in the event they're needed. So the township's off the hook pardon me, on maintaining the stormwater system. In addition, the second component is there's a traffic signal that the township is responsible for, and some of the work that would need to be done if the township had to repair it or do whatever else is on the property of the western property. So they're granting the township an easement for access to make the improvements to the traffic signal if required. So it's a document that covers both issues, and I believe the staff would recommend that the board approve it, and your conflict engineer has reviewed it and is satisfied with the content as well.
Okay. Hearing all that, is there a motion to approve?
I'll make the motion to approve the Western project.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Abstention. I abstain.
4 ayes, 1 abstention. And lastly, we have a zoning hearing board application on Shady Retreat Road for a special exception for a home-based business.
That is correct, and I believe that our zoning hearing board can handle this application. We have had a similar situation like this before on somewhere else on Shady Retreat, I think on the other section of it, and they dealt with it, and I think can deal with this as well.
Okay.
That's the request.
So we will send it to the zoning and hearing board. All right, treasurer's report for October 20th, 2020. Did everybody have a chance to look it over? Is there a motion to approve?
Move for their approval.
I'll second.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
And the bills list.
Aye.
Is there a motion
So moved.
for the bills list?
Removed.
So
Or
moved.
removed?
Move for the approval.
A second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Aye.
The next meeting of the Doylestown Township Board of Supervisors will be held on Tuesday, November 17th, 2020 at 7 p.m. The Doylestown Township Administrative Offices will be closed on Tuesday, November 3rd due to General Election Day. Visit the website again, doylestowntownship.org for voting information. Daylight saving time ends on Sunday, November 1st, 2020. Remember to turn back your clocks 1 hour. Good time to replace batteries on all your smoke and CO2 detectors. Leaf and yard waste recycling, the third Saturday of each month from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Drop-off site is located at the New Britain Road entrance of Central Park. Please visit our website for more information, and the Give Gift of Life American Red Cross blood drives at the Activity Center trailer takes place on Friday, November 6th from 2 to 7. And Friday, December 11th from 2 to 7. You can register at redcrossblood.org and use our sponsor code, Doylestown Township. And again, we will be having a budget meeting next Tuesday, October 27th at 3 p.m. If there is nothing else, I'll look for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make the motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Okay?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. Thanks,
you.
everyone.
And there are documents
you.
to be signed.
I was like,
Quick for me, but you guys got there at 3, right?
Right.
But
Bye,
we had a
everybody.
lot of quick meetings.
What was that? I whipped us right through that meeting.
Okay.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you, Barbara.
thank you, enjoy.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye, everybody.
She was in a bathing suit.
Good night.
Great job, Ryan.
Thank you, ma'am.
Be careful, Ryan. She's going to go to Marco more often.
I was like, oh my God, I've actually never.